Fantastic. So, welcome everyone. We are week 9. The weeks are just like zooming by. I keep adding different topics as well because as topics come up, they are relevant, and social media was further down the line, but I put it in now because I myself am taking a social media Instagram course with Shalene Johnson called InstaHub. And I have noticed some amazing improvements in my social media, and I wanted to share those with you as well. So, as I take the course, and I've signed up for a 6 month course, um, and it is jam packed with loads of stuff. So, today we're just going to do a brief overview. We're going to be looking at different areas of your social media. But mainly I want it for business because really we want it to start attracting and creating sales or influencer opportunities for you. Okay. Speaking gigs, podcasts, all those kinds of things I have got from social media. First of all, though, we're going to take a look at your goals. Then we're going to take a look at some content, numbers, hashtags, and stories as well. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to give you an interesting task to do or not, but I will see. I will see. So if you have any questions as we go, can you just unmute yourself, please, and jump into the chat? Because as I'm presenting, I still haven't worked this out. I can't see the chat and the share screen at the same time. So I do apologize, but just jump straight in, okay? Fantastic. This all starts with goals, as everything does starts with social media goals. What do you want from your social media? And I want you to be really specific and clear around this as well. Because as this little infogram says, you don't just want more visitors. So I am very specific. And in fact, since we're talking manifesting bingo here, I actually have social media as my numbers on my social media. So increase Instagram to 16K. Oh, that's interesting because I have 16.3. And last month I had 14. Just looking back week by week, it's really great. You know how you get there. So I've got 16.3. I have increased that so much with implementing these tips I'm going to tell you today from the InstaHub that I have been doing. Facebook has increased, well, I want it to be 1.5, I don't know what it is now, and LinkedIn to 14, I need to check that one as well. So again, put it on your manifesting bingo, let's make it happen, But don't be woolly around it. Again, just like this infogram says, you don't want to be saying, oh, I just want more visitors, I want people to like it. Be super, super specific because, in the business world, we need to be more specific around that as well. And you want to be checking it. I kind of know where I'm at. I know I'm at 16.3 this morning, which has gone up from 16.2 yesterday on my Instagram. So I'm really implementing what I'm doing and I'm seeing the results, which is great. We will also want it to be measurable, right? I love the word engagement, but we don't want it to just be woolly again around engagement. So really, I like this here, the buzzword brand. but brand doesn't necessarily equate in sales. So I want you to be able to, track this in a certain way. It's like, did you get an opportunity or did a door open with what you're doing on social media? Because if it's not, then it's not working for you as far as I'm concerned. It's not, yes, it is part of your brand, and maybe a branding expert would tell me different, but you know what? We are solopreneurs. We are entrepreneurs. We need every single action that we're doing equating to something wonderful happening for our business. And that's the way I measure it. So whether it be, an opportunity, a door open, it's something, then you need to, you need to explore that even more. So just always have that as a goal or an intention. Sometimes that intention, it can be really, really strong as well. Then we have attainable. This is the action bit, right? Sandwiched in between the SM and the RT. This is where you crack on and you do it. And we're going to go into this actioning a little bit more further on. But again, we want a social media strategy in here. And just even if it's topics, strategy is always difficult and trying to implement when we're busy. Sometimes it can be on a daily basis. Right, something interesting happened. I am going to talk about that today. Something topical in the news. I'm going to talk about that today. So you can be, and actioning it as long as it's in a positive way that reflects your goals and is measurable. So being really realistic. For me, week on week, 1,000 new followers, I thought was really realistic. So, or month on month, I've been putting in my manifesting bingo. I might try to up that a little bit more with my numbers, but we will see. Be realistic about how often you can post, how often you can engage on there. Remember our webinar that we did on the time management. And, again, I know lots of you have gone out and bought your markers. I have time for social media. And that really helped me this week because I have been jam-packed this week, and especially yesterday. I'm on deadline for a couple of bits of work, and if I didn't have social media in there, sometimes it's easy to default, right? To pick up your phone, to use it as a break. I know that sounds terrible, but sometimes we do. Sometimes we want to use the social media as a break. No, we want to use social media to influence the people on there, okay, to buy our service. It's a completely different mindset we want around this. And that's where I want you being realistic around using your social media for business. I'm talking about business here. So when you want to go onto your LinkedIn or your Instagram or anything business side and post for business, then make sure it is scheduled into your day. Deadlines. Yeah, time bound deadlines, these are dreams with goals, goals with dreams. We want to keep hitting those deadlines, those targets, and these are what propel us forward. I was mentoring, a little bit of tough love, mentoring my stepdaughter Holly, who has launched her skincare in New Zealand this week, and I gave her targets last week, and we have a mentoring session, so we don't talk family stuff. This is like business. She didn't do her stuff yesterday and last week, and so this morning I woke up, because don't forget, in New Zealand they are ahead. And I woke up this morning, which I'm going to pull up to you. She has, I'm going to show you. This is absolutely fantastic. I don't know if you can see this. Tick, 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 tick. I made her stay accountable, right? Task whiteboard and daily to-do list, done. Height press kit completed, done. Email to high-end fashion NZ retailer, done. Email to fashion NZ magazine, done. And I was like, woohoo! Targets. Okay, targets. They are what pull your business forward every single day. All right, we want to be pulled. We don't want to push. Sometimes, if you want me to push you, I'll push you. Just ask. But we want to be pulled. We want to be pulled by that vision, that eagerness to get on and share with the world on our social media what we're doing. Because you have a service, all of you have a service that is going to inspire, educate, motivate, and change someone's life or change someone's business. They need you. So you need to shout about how flippin' fantastic you guys are. Okay? So that's how I want you to write your goals and to write. It's a numbers game, reaching people. Fantastic. So let's take a look at content. Please remember, these are a recorded slides, so you can go back and you can take a look at all this content here, because you need to be filling up your content calendar with fun and exciting things, because content is where it's at. That's where we get the engagement. That's where we keep people, really interested. But you need to think strategically around this there as well. And even for me, sometimes this is a constant battle. I try to keep it witty. I try to keep it interesting. I try to keep it informative. Sometimes I try to do crazy things. And I get inspired as well, really inspired after the Yoga Fest. And so, have some more kind of spiritual, holistic kind of things mixed with business. So, this week as well, I also worked at a hotel because I needed a day out of the office. Not only are we doing the bathroom reno, but I wanted an inspirational place to work with a different surrounding. And it gave me loads of ideas and loads of content. So everything that you can do, all of you are doing an activity, and you can relate that back to your work in some particular way. As long as it's supporting their goal, pull everything back to there. So have everything reflect. We've got everything here from discounts, asking questions, inspirational quotes. I mean, you can take a snapshot of this or just go back and write all those down. And this is about representing yourself in the way that you want to be represented, whether it be on your social media. And don't forget, if you're blogging or your website, that is also social content that you are sharing and that you are doing. So you can make sure you have a lot of these points within everything that you're up to. Okay, repurposing content. So you've seen, before we have everything, but we want to break up this content wisely. I tell you what, I can create one bit of content and I can get so much out of it. So where I normally start is I start with a blog post. Recently, I went to we had a Sunday at a golf course. In Romsey, and we took our 23-year-old daughter there, Lily, and it was the first time she was on a golf course. I blogged about it. I blogged about the course, and then I took the opportunity of saying how golf relates to your fitness. So I have like 3 or 4 bits of fitness content that's there that obviously I have repurposed on social media, Instagram, put it into, I haven't put it into a video yet. Oh no, maybe I did. I did a little story with it. There's so many different things. I put it into a MailChimp. Hey, if you want golfing, this is really good for you. All those kinds of things. I could make so much more out of that one bit of content. So sorry about the noise. They're doing the bathroom reno, so I can hear everything starting up. So hopefully that's not going to get too noisy. Anyway, so we want to repurpose it. I have content I have repurposed for years, bringing it up year after year, and then just kind of rejigging it. Taking this into examples in my social media, I have days of the year, all those event days. Yesterday was World Writers Day. So, I blogged about writing the book, and next year, guess what? I can talk about that same thing and pull that blog up. Christmas, Easter, birthdays, special days like that, you can repurpose all that content year after year. I have been using the same vegan nut roast recipe for about 4 years on my Christmas blogs, because it's so good and because I have new people joining me all the time. I don't need to write a new vegan nut roast recipe. Repurpose what you have. Save your time and point it out, and it just makes your content strategy year on year easy because you've already had the content in there. So how I do my strategy paperwork is I have all the days and general stuff that I'm going to be talking about throughout the year. Then beside it, I have where I have that content. So whether it sits in a Dropbox folder, whether it's a blog, whether it's a reference in one of my books, because then I can just pull out the book and do a quick video, say, hey, here's my, happy Christmas. My nut roast is in my book, which it isn't, which it should be. But do you know what I mean? It is something that's there. It's in another bit of content on your website, maybe, that you can point to. Repurposing is a lifesaver, a time saver, perfect for your time management. Plus, if you have 16.23,000 people on your Instagram, realistically, how many people are going to be reading about a nut roast? Okay, not many, maybe a couple of hundred. You might get a couple of hundred likes, engagement. So you can repurpose that all the time. I follow a couple of chefs and stuff, and they have huge followings, and I see them reposting and repurposing their content all the time just for that reason. I think they probably have an agency who's helping them, but if the agency is doing it because it works, then it works, which is great. Let's take a look at numbers. Yes, numbers count. Okay. I believe in numbers equating on your Instagram and LinkedIn to engagement. I mean, I have fairly decent numbers, but I have good engagement. I think where I'm at with numbers is if the engagement is good and you have low numbers, that is just as effective. Now, I have also been taking a look at some other nutritionists who might be in competition who have higher numbers. They're not getting the engagement on certain posts that I've looked at, and vice versa. Same with me. So I think numbers are real content driven as well. But I am still going to spend a lot of time growing my numbers of followers, because the bigger the number I have, the more opportunities that are coming my way. People are looking at it. I will get contacted by certain companies saying, yeah, your Instagram feed looks wonderful. You've got, a lot of people following you. And I'm like, yeah, but, do you want to work with me? And so yes, but they are looking at that as well. So I've got a few tips here on how you can actually get those numbers up organically. And then I want to tell you about buying numbers, because this is a strategy I learned about yesterday on the course as well. So I will take a look at this. I think it all starts really with being a really worthy brand, and you are your own brand, okay, to follow. So in that content infogram that was there, you really want to be giving great tips and advice, whether that be in your stories or be on your feed throughout everything. I mean, LinkedIn stories, I don't find very good at all. You can't post much in there, and I just haven't got around to doing that on a consistent basis. But again, consistency is part of these tips. You need to be consistent with your content and getting it out there. Now, Shalene Johnson actually says, if you want to get your numbers up organically, this is her trick. trick number one is you need to be posting 3 to 4 times a day on your feed. That is something I haven't done. I did 2 posts yesterday. I did notice an engagement overnight. I went from 16.2 to 16.3. So, you know, what she's saying really is working. So if you want to up your numbers, do 2 to 3 posts a day just to get the numbers up, and then even it out to 1 a day. You can use an automation if you want to be consistent. So, you know, again, I've used Hootsuite, where I will chunk time in my diary, maybe 3 or 4 hours, and I will upload the whole month of consistent content, 1 post a day. Then I'll jump on there in between and I'll do my stories and things, but at least I know the post has gone up and is going out straight across all of my social media channels. My social media channels, and I'm not too sure what yours are, we can discuss this afterwards. I am mainly Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Twitter I find really difficult. Well, it's just not my I don't resonate with it. Clubhouse is another one I don't really resonate. I was on Clubhouse. I jumped on, and oh my goodness, that is just like a time waster, distractor, ping, 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 ping. And I was just like, I am out of here. I'm not the only one who's pulled out of that. And because again, they found it distracting, and actually because you can't record a lot of the stuff on there, they didn't find it as engaging or equated to business. And this was a high coach that I actually have as a client. So I thought that was fascinating. You really want to focus kind of on customer service to build your numbers. You know, if someone posts and takes the time to post and answer it back, I don't have time to answer everybody. Sometimes I'll use an emoji. That still counts on an algorithm as well. So it really helps. So that active engagement in responding to comments is fantastic. Now, here's another little trick that I learned from Shalene. She is Instagram queen. And we're going to get to hashtags in a moment, but actually Instagram and LinkedIn and Facebook all pick up the time lag between you posting something and the first like or comment. So now I post, I don't put any hashtags into, well, I do sometimes because I forget, into the main feed of it. I will put the hashtags into the first comment. I will like my own stuff. I like all of my own stuff. And sometimes I will do 2 or 3 comments filled with hashtags and comments myself. And this has also greatly improved my engagement, because if the social media algorithm picks up that people, whether it's yourself or other people, are interested in the bit of content that you are releasing, then it's going to show it to more people, hence increasing your numbers. So it is really absolutely fascinating. Finally, the last way to increase your numbers is to do a competition and get people to share your content. So I have done this many times. I've given out books, I've done consultations, I've done loads of kinds of things. And I've also given my services to other companies who are doing consultations. I recently gave rainbow recipes to a company called The Real Good Ketchup Company. Yeah, how cool was that? They contacted me on Instagram and they said, we'd love to promote your Rainbow Recipes cookbook. Would you be willing to give one as a giveaway alongside 3 of our sauces, the ketchup, the barbecue sauce, and something else? And I said, yeah, of course. You know, it was only going to cost me a book. And it was amazing. And they really pushed me as well, because they wanted me to do a few reels around it, which I'd never done. I didn't do the reels. I did the videos instead. Still need to get my head around reels. I'm learning. As I learn, I'll teach you guys. And And so, do you have anyone in the group that we want to click together, collaborate, and run a competition for something? Yeah, I'm up for that all the time. If you need me to promote a product, it can be a physical product that I have if you want. It can be a consultation with myself. Another really good consultation is on my web on my website. I have a mini consultation and an ebook, and I find I'll do that as a competition as well. Maybe you can create an offering that you can give away. 15-minute consultation on your wellness, or whatever it is. If you want to give away Eat to Be Fit, I'm happy for you to do that. I will create it for you in a way that you can we can collaborate. So think of competitions, because two people are sharing your content. You are also asking the other people, you got to follow to win, right? So trust me, some of the brands that I follow just to win, a catch up is kind of crazy, but it works. And that is the whole bit. You're engaging people who are interested in your brand. Fantastic. Concentrating on one thing, doing one thing at a time really, really well. Now, this is something I wholeheartedly believe in, because if you want to get those numbers up, then you want to concentrate maybe on a topic. You will find people will be interested in a main topic if you laser focus on that topic maybe for 1 week. This is where you come back to your strategy. Again, this week is say that again. This week is World Well-Being Week. All my hashtags, which we're going to get to in a second, have included World Well-Being Week in there. So you might want to choose a hashtag, concentrate on that one thing, one topic each week, something that your stories will continue. People will actively go back to your story to think, oh, okay, she's going to continue talking about that. Start with an intention for the week. This week, I'm going to talk about how you can do your time management, for example. Okay, so each day I'm going to give a tip on time management. Make sure you stick with me. If that's your first post and people are seeing that throughout the week, and you are recycling that content all throughout Monday, you better believe people are going to tune in Tuesday, especially if you lead your final story on Tuesday. Tune in tomorrow for more tips. You can see how concentrating on just that one thing will increase your engagement, increase people actually using you as a destination to go to. And then they'll engage on it. Yeah. So there's so many things that you can do by concentrating sometimes on one thing, instead of like every day I need to have different content, different topics. No, you can choose one topic each week, each month, each season if you want. It's up to you, but work on it. Make sure you go back to the goals and that strategy and your content sheet to make it easier. Great. Now we're going to head into, hashtags. This is really interesting. Yeah, I've always used, obviously, hashtags. You are allowed to use up to 30 hashtags on Instagram. I use the hashtags now on a few Facebook things also. I don't think they pick up as much, but LinkedIn obviously gives you the hashtags they think that you should be using, and I just hit them all. I don't care. I don't know how many you have, as long as they as long as they're on there now, I don't mind. The thing with the LinkedIn hashtags is that I can't seem to put those in the comments. They just seem to sit at the bottom of the feed. So it really is important, because people searching for hashtags will find your content as well. And this is how sometimes people find you. And that's what you want. You want them to find you. there are a lot of daily hashtags that are popular and monthly hashtags that are popular, which I didn't know that until this week. Whereas I've always just used my own hashtags, you know, healthy living, healthy this, healthy that, healthy so and so, you know, easy recipes, nutrition. I've used all of those kinds of hashtags, but then I've started branching out. So depending on what I post, obviously, if you're talking about time management, then I'd throw, you know, a time management hashtag in there, but really research your hashtags. Now, I've also found, and I'm going to go through this with you because I've been using these hashtags in with the regular posts, whether they're relevant or not. As of, you can Google, we love Google, right? You can Google hashtags of the month for Instagram, and it comes up for June 2021. I'm going to read you all of the hashtags for June 2021. Hashtag love. 2.1 billion posts have hashtag love. So now I'm starting for June to put hashtag love and everything. And this is a new one I haven't used before. Hashtag instagood. 1.3 billion. So you know, you're going to reach more people with these hashtags because someone new might be able to find you. Hashtag fashion. That's one as well. Hashtag photo of the day. I haven't used that yet, but I'm going to be using that because I do take a photo of my food every day. I don't know why I haven't thought of it. Number 5 is hashtag photography. Number 6 is beautiful. Number 7 is Instagram. Number 8 is pick of the day. Number 9 is nature. Number 10 is happy. Don't worry, I will put those in our feed. Okay, those are for June. And something that I want to do for July is I'll Google them and just throw them into the group because I think it really helps everyone. Popular hashtags like differ on different social media platforms anyway. So on LinkedIn, the most popular hashtags are leadership and productivity. Those aren't on Instagram. So you want to be using leadership and productivity in, I use that in all of my LinkedIn posts as well. Okay. So there's millions, if not billions of hashtags. Make your own. Okay. So I made my own rainbow recipes. I made my own Barbara Cox. I hashtag my name all the time. And now I made a new hashtag, revamp your wellness. That wasn't there before. There was no hashtag for it. I made it. So now I hashtag everything to try to build that up. So choose one that is your industry or a theme that you're doing, but also your brand. Use your name, use your company name, and anything that identifies with the niche that you're in, that elevates your brand or is relevant to your brand, I think is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, fantastic. So I will be posting those more and try to remind myself at the beginning of each month, which I must put in my time management calendar, research the month's popular hashtags. And, you know, I don't know who creates these, but I'm going to stick with it because I have seen an increase in my engagement. So it works. Let's take a look at stories. Now, this is really interesting because this is becoming really super popular. And this is something that Holly did for her Holy Grail skincare range as well. So I need to get her to teach me how to do it. But this is the new big thing, okay? Now, I learned this on the weekend on the Shalene Johnson Insta Hub. And this is how to get more views on your Instagram stories. Now, what's interesting is your story will pop up in front of people that aren't liking your brand yet. So if they engage with it, they might actually, boom, like your brand as well. And if you get lots of views on the stories, that is fantastic engagement. So this is really, really interesting. This is her bit of advice. is to actually don't post any stories. Yeah, you heard me. and I had to like take a double take on that. Don't post any Instagram stories for a 24-hour period. All right. Then you need to come back on the Instagram stories and put up the engagement sticker. So can you see this here? Which would you choose as your backyard view, a mountain or a beach? They have to click the engagement sticker. That engagement sticker, again, notifies Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn. I don't think they have that on LinkedIn yet. It notifies that response. And that response bar of asking people to, volunteer some information from their life, right? Which one would you have? Works really well with Instagram. So Instagram thinks, oh, well, that's really interesting. There was little engagement over the last 24 hours. They must have posted something that everyone really likes. And so they're going to spike who sees it and pull it to the front of people's feeds because they think it's important. All right. So Instagram and Facebook are comparing a non-existent engagement with this engagement. Therefore, boom, it registers on their algorithm to do something right. So they think, oh, this clip must be really important. We're going to show it to more people. But you must have like a poll or something like this. Now, interestingly, Holly tried this because I told her about this on a mentoring session on Tuesday. If you follow Holly Grail, HOLIGRAIL, you will see this in action now. Okay, so you can get the idea because I'm going to pull it up because I haven't done this yet. She's done it and hers looks incredible. I'm going to ask her how to do this. I'm just going to pull it up now to see if is it on there. No, it's not on that one. And then I can show you. Just 1 second.
Okay. So you don't know how Holly's done that yet, Barbara, is that right?
I'm going to find out. And do you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to pull her in. The only problem is I speak to her at 7 in the morning because of the time change. And so I'm going to maybe record her teaching us how to do it. So if you go onto Holy Grail Skincare, okay, and they finished now? They've finished. Shoot. Okay, they have finished because they only go on there for a while. But she did a lot of these. Search a couple of people. This seems to be one really big trick at the moment. So I'm going to message Holly. I'm going to get her. I might even invite her into the group and for her to do a live in there to teach us how she do it because she's a real queen at Instagram. Yeah, really fantastic. I'm going to play around with this myself. What I don't know how to do is get the two pictures on one. So I'm still learning as well. But I definitely know how to do a poll and things like that. So this is something we are going to work on and get into. And if anyone else figures out how to do it, please, please, please tell us. This seems to be one of the biggest engagement bits that we have. And as soon as I figure it out, which potentially is today, I will be posting in the group, okay? Because this is really, really important. And if it works for me, I'm going to be doing it once a week as well, if not more. So stories is where it's at. This is how people also find you and engage and then go and tend to like your content. The other thing in stories is that I share my post. So I will do a post on maybe something I've eaten, then I will share it into the story and put a message. I'm currently eating this. Check out more about it in my post. So people are going back and forth as well. Okay, so let's do a little bit of a recap on everything here. Our goals. You know, this is where it starts. It's where it starts with absolutely everything. That content, we really go back to the content infogram and make sure that that information that's all on there, there was about 20 to 30 different content ideas from, you know, polls, tips, stories, making it fun, pictures, information, competitions, all those kinds of things. Be really great. If you want to use me for a competition, as I've said before, I am so happy for you to give away the link for a free Eat to Be Fit book. All I need to do is make you a special code, and you are sharing that code and they download it for free. If you think it's relevant and it's going to, you know, potentially get you in front of my audience, because I will share it as well. But you need to be giving something away at the same time for them to like you. So just think, I mean, do you know what? If what you have to offer is too expensive, it could be a 15-minute discovery call. Do you know what? It could be a skincare product. It could be a hamper. It could be something that you found, like, I don't know. So this weekend I was at the yoga festival, as I told you, and they had a stall there for, you may have heard of Conquer Gin. Well, I don't drink gin. I don't drink alcohol. So they have a non-alcoholic alternative called Bowser. And they were giving away little samples of Bowser. And I said, oh, I'd really love a little sample of Bowser that I can give away. And they were like, yeah, great, boom, bang, done. You know, and again, it increases everything. So yeah, there's so many things that you can do. And I increased it, and I did that little competition just with the people who were at the yoga festival. And, you know, again, we get different engagement on there, right? That's what you need to be doing. If you think I have something that I can give away that's going to help your brand, please ask, because I am willing to give it for you. Okay. Repurposing content. I kind of think I'm a bit of a queen at this. Do you know what? I mean, I keep files. Oh my goodness. Let me show you. I have all of my, this is NutriChef. I have all of my NutriChef content and files on here. Do you want to see all of the, these are memory sticks. All right. They are 1, 2, 3. I have content coming out of my wazoo. I back everything up on memory sticks. It just keeps going. I will repurpose, and I'll think, oh wow, do you know what? That's interesting. That's cool. Let's take a look at an old recipe. Maybe I had it NutriChef, and I want to revamp it and use something new. So the Revamp book series has a lot of repurposed content in there over the years, some repurposed recipes, everything. Repurpose your content. It's a lifesaver, time management saver as well. Numbers. Want to get into the numbers as much as possible. Increasing your numbers not only for your followers, but your engagement as well. So that means being consistent with what you are posting, and you might want to take a look at using a deck like Hootsuite. There's many other social media decks where you upload to the deck and then it farms it out strategically timed across all of your social media platforms. Doing one thing at a time, you know, topic of the week kind of thing might increase engagement and keep people with you throughout the whole week or month or year. Hashtags. We've seen how important those are. After I upload this and put the replay video on YouTube, I will put all of those hashtags that I told you about, the popular ones, in June as well, and we can go from there. Instagram stories. Well, the engagement, I think, and if you watch some stories and you'll see, but I will investigate how to do that. And I might ask Holly as well to do a live in the group if she feels comfortable doing that, to teach us how to do that. which is great. So as always, everyone, love to help, love to share. Please ask. I am at my desk all day today. I'm going to get the LinkedIn bits done now for everyone who's done a recommendation for me. Thank you very much. I'm reciprocating those today. And so if you have any questions, please contact me. I'm really happy to help. But I will go back to the stop share. Fabulous. So just wanted to thank everyone for coming on board. Have a supercharged day and good luck with your social media. And if I can help in any way, please let me know. There is a question. Canva. Oh yeah, I didn't even mention Canva as well. Canva, fantastic, Beth. Thank you for that. Is something that I use all the time. I know Canva is Tracy's best friend. But Canva is another time because again, you need to get your head around it. But this is how I made my background on Canva, the logos, everything. So that is, get your creative side out through Canva as well and make sure that it looks good. One final note on Canva and your feed, which I thought was really interesting, is that from the Shalene Johnson Insta Hub course that I'm on, she is saying now that the feed, your actual main feed that people go onto, doesn't matter what it looks like anymore. People were interested in it looking really super pretty. Obviously this is Holly's. It does look super pretty. Mine is a mix between obviously food and other things. But she's saying now it can be all higgledy-piggledy. It doesn't matter. Instagram does not use how pretty and organized your feed is as part of their algorithm any longer. So that is great news on that. Because I used to think, oh my God, I need to do post video, post video, just so it all, looks like nice. Now she's like, do it anyway, anytime. What they're interested in is the engagement. Okay, so it doesn't matter what it looks like. So as long as your information is engaging, then that's wonderful. There's so much I'm learning on this course, and this is social media webinar part 1, and I'm probably going to do another sales video at some point as well, because I'm constantly learning. So any questions around social media, ping me a message, because I might be able to ask those in the weekly calls as well if I don't know the answer also. So, I can use your questions as mine to get where we want to go with this as well. Can I just remind you though, the Insta Hub is only for Instagram. So I need to find something similar for LinkedIn, because that algorithm is changing all the time as well. And I used to follow a guy called Jonathan Halton. He was a LinkedIn specialist, and he still does a lot of really great stuff. But he's even saying now LinkedIn is like changing its algorithm all the time, and he's trying to figure it out himself. So we will get there. Anyway, wishing everyone the most amazing Thursday. We're almost at Friday, then the weekend, and then we'll be back putting that poll on Monday morning, making sure we have a wonderful time next week. So if I can help in any other way, let me know. Wishing everyone a good time. Beth, you've raised a hand.
I have indeed. So over the past 6 months, I've been looking into social media marketing, and if anyone wants any free courses, I do recommend heading over to Founder. It's spelled like the word, just take away the E. Really good company that's got a lot about entrepreneurs as well. And LinkedIn Learning will help you.
Beth, is that Thunder?
Is it Thunder? No.
No. What is it? What's the course?
Founder. That's the one.
So F-O Founder.
That's the one.
But no, so Foundr.
Correct.
Okay, Foundr. You're a star. I'm going to check that out straight away. And you said that they had free courses?
Yeah, they've got free courses. You've got the owner of it that does an Instagram domination, and then you've got LinkedIn Learning to understand the LinkedIn algorithm.
Oh my God, you're amazing. You're going to present next time, Beth.
No, I'm not. No worries. If anyone's got any questions about social media, please don't hesitate to pop up. I am working, but I'll always reply when I can.
Oh, you're a star. Thank you. Thank you.
I downloaded a document last week from HubSpot. They do seem to offer quite a lot of free information, and this one specifically was a basic beginner's guide to Instagram, because I've avoided Instagram for years and it's only now I'm trying to get my head around it, and I just don't find it as intuitive as Facebook, because I've used that for over a decade. So I haven't read through it all properly yet, but it looks like it's speaking a language that my technophobic brain can probably understand. So that might be worth looking at.
Fantastic. So that's HubSpot. Okay, I'm going to put all of these on our feed as well in the group. So that's amazing. Foundr from Beth, which is great. HubSpot, LinkedIn Learning is another one, Beth. And I still haven't done the LinkedIn Learning myself. So
the FSB do quite a lot of stuff as well. I did a free webinar yesterday on blogs and lead magnets. Some of it, I have to say, did this, particularly around lead magnets, but the blog section was really interesting.
So is that just on their website, Tracy, or do you have to pay to?
Yeah, it was quite often FSB send emails, and all of the webinars are free. So you just choose which ones you're interested in and get registered.
So FSB. So basically we just need to register with them and then we'll get the emails. And
you do have to be a member though.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic.
I know any of Sarah's boot campers, there's quite a decent discount after the boot camp to join them. That's part of why I did it.
Super. Okay. Wonderful. Good. Well, anything else that you guys find, throw it into the group. That would be amazing. And we'll go from there.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks, everyone. Have a fantastic
Thank
day.
you.
And I will see everyone next week, but I'll see you over in the group.
Thanks, Barbara.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.